We've all heard the phrase time is money. When you're a content creator, videographer, photographer, graphic designer, this means even more, especially when you're just solopreneuring it. If you found yourself limited by time, aka you just don't have enough time to take on more clients, I'm gonna suggest one small change to the way you run your business. That does not require you having to pay an editor, hire a big team of other creatives to do it for you. This is just one philosophical change to the way you operate your content business that will give you more time for more clients, which means more money. Yo, what's going on? My name's Andres Tagliaferro, but you can just call me Tag. And if you're new to the channel, we talk about all things content creation and entrepreneurship. So I'm talking mindset shifts, actual practical things to make you a better content creator and make you more money. So if that sounds good, then please make sure to subscribe at the end of the video to join a community of other content creators just trying to make. And if you stick to the end of the video, I'm gonna give you one more tip to make your time management way easier, way smoother, and again, make you more money. But we're here, okay? We're facing the problem, a great problem to have, that we just simply do not have enough time to take on new clients, to do more work for our current clients. We are at the end of ourselves, but we don't really feel comfortable building a team yet, scaling a team. We're still trying to figure it out. So of course, I've been here before, and so I want to give you guys one simple but slept on change that you can implement into your process when we start our content creation service. Something that we all tend to fight for is longer turnaround times for projects. We all wish we had more time to work on individual projects, right? So the way that we ensure that we have enough time to make the project as perfect and excellent as possible is by giving ourselves a solid turnaround time. And turnaround time is the thing we're gonna tackle today in this video. Let me give you an example if this is gibberish to you, okay? My primary focus is videography. So whenever I do videos for clients, we set a date for the shoot, okay? We plan the shoot beforehand, and then after the shoot and the production is done, I have to edit the whole video and I have to deliver it at a specific time. Now, that time window is completely up to me, and it's something that most of us find comfort in lengthening. So if you're a graphic designer and you tell the person, yeah, give me 6 weeks and then I'll get you that logo that you asked for. If you're a photographer, you give yourself a 2-month turnaround time for edits, all of these things. The concept of turnaround time is a universal thing in the creative industry, no matter what you do. And it is only natural to want to have the most amount of turnaround time as possible for the reason I expressed before, so you can really make it excellent and perfect. But I'm gonna challenge this idea that the only way you can make the best piece of work is by having the most amount of time. The change that I incorporated into my business is this. I shorten my turnaround time for all of the videos that I produce for clients from 2 months to 10 business days. It sounds drastic, it sounds crazy, okay? But if you work with Trinity Tax Creative Agency, you know that if we have a project lined up, you're gonna get the first cut of the project after 10 business days. So that's about 2 weeks. The reason I did this is I realized that the more time I give myself as a creative, right, to spend on a project, the more time I will spend trying to perfect this project. And honestly, more often than not, the more time I'll spend procrastinating getting to the project. So for me, I had to analyze exactly how much time I need to churn out a video for a client. And of course, in my niche, it all really depends on the type of video, the type of production, the scale of the project. All of those things matter. But one of the things that I do a lot of my business is client testimonial work. We go and we interview a business's clients, and they basically talk about why they like buying from this specific product or service or whatever it is we're working with. With this kind of video, and with most of my videos, I realized that I really don't need more than a week to complete a video. Honestly, if I'm really focused and if I really put my head down and work, I can complete a whole video in like 4 to 8 hours. And I'm not tooting my own horn. It is what it is. I've been doing this for a minute. But I want you to ask yourself, how much time do you actually need to get from start to finish with the service you are offering? And the challenge I want to give you is to set the expectation of the first delivery close to that time. This is the easiest way to speed up all of your workflow, and that's forcing deadlines and creating expectations that challenge you to be true to your pace. I'm speaking to people like myself that maybe tend to be perfectionists and tend to want to make everything perfect. By forcing yourself to have to deliver something at a shorter date, It's gonna make you stop procrastinating, which is what most of us do, and it's gonna make you become faster. Now, here's what I'm not saying, and I wanna be very clear. I'm not saying overpromise and underdeliver. I'm not saying if you know it takes you a month to edit the style of video that you sell the most, then don't try to tell people you'll do it in 2 weeks, because then you're gonna be stressed and all of that. But what I am saying is that the best way to get projects in and out of the door so you can focus on new projects is by shortening that period of post-production. Again, I said it in the intro, this sounds simple, but nobody talks about this. Everybody wants to have the cushy, easy, like 4 to 6 month turnaround time. And look, if you can afford it and if you're good and you're charging really high prices so you don't need to take on that many projects, or you don't even want to, and you're cool with that, then cool, do your thing. I'm not saying everybody needs to do this, but if your problem is that you spend too much time on your current client work and it's not opening you up to do more, and you don't want to spend money on scaling a team and building something around you yet, then the best way to do it is by shortening the actual project time. This is called optimizing your workflow. And if you know you can't do this, I encourage you to work on your skill and make speed something that you are trying to constantly improve on. Unless you still work at an hourly rate, which I highly disagree with, and maybe I'll make a video on that subject, but clients want things to get done fast. If you can confidently say, I can get you this video, well, most companies would take like 2 months to do, right? I can get it to you in 2 weeks. A lot of clients want that. They want something done quick. They want to see results fast. I mean, it's universal. You know, if you're working out and you're fat, you want to see results fast. And so if you can find something that can actually make it faster and not lose quality, right, then you're gonna pay for it. So I'm encouraging you here, honestly, this is the main thing, to not be lazy. I'm encouraging you to stop procrastinating, and I'm encouraging you by embedding that into your sales process, embedding that into what you're pitching to clients. You're creating an expectation, not just for your client, but for yourself. Now, I did promise that if you stuck around to the end, I would give you a practical thing that will make you improve your turnaround time and limit your procrastination rate. So here it is. I've talked about this before on the channel. If you really want to get faster, I think one of the things that slows us down in the post-production process or the actual creation process of anything is a lack of focus. We've all done it. We all work on a computer. Some of us work on our phones if you're like a new age editor or something like that, right? So if you work on computers and devices where you can get easily distracted, that's what we all tend to do. Something that I started doing a few years ago when I feel like I'm lacking focus or I really need to lock in is I do the 45-10 rule. What this means is I pull out my timer on my phone and I set a timer for 45 minutes. And the way it works is that for 45 minutes, I need to work on what I need to work on with no phone. I throw my phone on my bed because it's the only thing I can do. I will check my phone if it's on my desk. So I throw it on my bed and I only focus on what I'm supposed to do. I have a task that I have to finish and I will not stop until the timer does it or until I do it. So I work for 45 minutes straight and I take a 10-minute break. The reason I do this is to refresh and to not like hate my days, right? So in those 10 minutes, I'll go for a little walk. Maybe I'll walk my dog. Maybe I'll go grab a coffee. Maybe I'll go hang out with my fiance. But having some sort of time split for focus and leisure and then treating my days on a 45-10 basis, I think is a really cool way to actually rapidly increase your productivity in whatever it is you're doing. So if you know that you need to like speed up your turnaround times and you wish you could, it's a real thing that everybody struggles with. So doing something like this where you have to retain focus is gonna make you better at it. And you know, you'll see that once you start doing it and once you train your mind to be able to do that, then maybe you can knock it up to an hour and then 20-minute breaks. I used to do 90 minutes straight. Can you believe that? That's crazy. I can't do that anymore. But I used to do a 90-10 rule. I would go for 90 minutes, edit mode, go crazy, do everything I need to do, and then I would take a 10-minute break and then I would do it again. Back when I was a savage, you know, now I make YouTube videos. But that's the gist. You don't need to hire employees. You don't need to get the Fiverr editor to do everything for you. I mean, you can, and if you have the money for it, go for it. That's probably the best thing you can do. If you're not and you don't feel comfortable yet, or you don't have the time to train somebody to edit like you or do whatever it is that you do, the best thing you can do is get projects out the door faster. Putting ourselves in a box in terms of expectations and setting our own deadlines that, you know, challenge us is the best way to gain that time back. What do you think? Am I just talking nonsense or do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Join the community. It's more than just me talking to you and you talking back to me, but you guys talking to each other. I really want to build something bigger than just me. And make sure that you subscribe and like the video. And if you're new and you haven't watched any of my content before, these 2 videos are going to pop up and I highly recommend that you go watch them because I really am trying my best to build minds, right? Not just give you a tutorial on how to do an effect. There's so many other awesome YouTubers who do that, but I really want to help craft craft you guys into not just creative rock stars, but business rock stars. And that's what's gonna make the difference for all of us. No matter how good or bad your time management is, or how productive or unproductive you are, just remember to stay grateful and have a good one.